Good morning. I would like to introduce Mark Beland from Avow Hospice. We will be having a Sunday forum on October 23rd, this coming Sunday at 10:15 after the 9 o'clock service. And I would like to say that Mark has been a big part of my life when looking at hospice and palliative care services and the differences between the two, which is subtle, some similarities and some differences. Mark has been with Avow for 6 years, correct?
Yeah, a little over 6.
In this position, and he is the community liaison for Naples, Florida, for Avow. A couple of questions for you. What should the members of Emmanuel know about Avow that's so distinctive in this community?
Well, Avow has been here for 40 years. We're about to have our 40-year anniversary next year.
Wow.
And it was based on our founders that saw the need. There was no hospice here in Collier County when they began Avow. So they started as a hospice organization. It's a nonprofit. We've continued to operate as a nonprofit, which means everything that we have as far as revenue, donations go right back into our services. So we have a very expanded team of professionals that go out. Actually, we have several teams of professionals that go out and help people with hospice care. We also now have expanded our palliative care, which is very unknown to a lot of people, not only in the community, but also in the medical industry. Not everybody's aware of our palliative care program. So we've started to expand that and have several providers now that provide that type of care for seriously ill people who aren't terminally ill yet. So one of the uniquenesses are that when I say expanded, not only do we have the physician and social worker, hospice aides, chaplains, volunteers that provide companion respite care, which every hospice needs to offer as part of receiving Medicare for those that want to operate. But we also have art therapy and music therapy.
Wonderful.
And massage therapy and Reiki therapy for our patients as well. Plus we have a very unique building. For those that are familiar with it, know the serenity of our inpatient facility. So outside of the teams that go help people in the community, on Whippoorwill Lane where we have our campus, we have 5 buildings. One of them is our hospice house, which is right on a lake. And it's just a very, very, very peaceful environment for those that are dealing with that vulnerable time when they have a loved one who's passing away. So there's just some of the things that make Avow unique in the community.
And what about bereavement services? Do they offer something after a person passes within the program?
Yes, not only after, but before as well. So for example, when somebody has a loved one who's terminally ill, we actually have our staff help them deal with grief prior to them passing away. But after someone passes away, whether they have a connection to Avow or not, it doesn't have to be an Avow patient. Anybody in the community who has any type of loss, that has lost someone, has access to our group and individual sessions that we have at Avow. And there's no cost for that. So we have that for adults and kids. We even have pet loss groups for those who have lost pets. So we have extremely expanded bereavement services for those in the community.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, on Sunday, the 23rd, you will learn a lot more about the services of Avow. And I would say that if you'd like to bring a friend, they don't have to be a member of Emmanuel Lutheran. We welcome everybody for questions, answers, and to hear a little bit more in depth about what Avow does for our community. Thank you so much, Mark.
Thank you, Julie.
You're welcome.